Yeah, free socks.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. It's Free Socks, episode 1. I'm your main man, Mr. Insult.
And I'm your father, Mr. World War. Welcome
We had a
to Free
really
Socks.
hard time of thinking of that, but that's fine. Yeah, welcome everybody to Free Socks, episode 1, our pilot episode, if you would. Formerly known as Distinctly Darrell.
Yeah, we decided to change the name because it wasn't just Darrell, and it wasn't very distinct to have only one Darrell and a whole other person who was not Darrell.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it feels like a whole new project, really, but it's really like a spiritual successor to Distinctly Darrell.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing that same reverent, zany South Park humor to this podcast that was on the other one. So mothers, lock up your children, because this is not a podcast for babies.
Yeah, Darrell, that's a good point. We're going for a good structured vibe with this podcast. We're going to have segments. You guys let us know what kind of segments you want. Right now we're thinking movie segment, gaming segment, music segment, trending topic segment, and then we
But
have
not
our
too political, though.
Not too political. No, we can't. We can't. It's just got to be trending things, you know.
Just
Kiki,
popular,
do you
social,
love me, all that.
social
People
media
jumping out of their
BS.
cars, all that. Yeah, all that. And then we have our best segment, our staple segment, the Q&A segment. Darrell, tell them more about it.
Well, the Q&A segment is basically where you're going to be finding out how to get these free socks. The name of the podcast is Free Socks. You want free socks, you got to send in a question. We got to think it's a good enough question to put on here. We're going to read it out loud. We're going to debate the question, try and give you an answer. And then guess what, baby? You get those free socks if we like your question the most.
Darrell, where do they send in the question? Like, how can they do that?
Well, you send in the question on givemefreesocks@gmail.com.
So you can email it?
You can email it, you can tweet it, you can text it if you know our phone numbers, but you probably don't. Well, it's only our friends who listen to this, so you probably know our phone numbers. Just text it. Or
No,
you could
Darrell,
DM.
no, it's not just our friends, Darrell. Don't worry. It's not just our friends. We have a wide audience. But anyway, wide audience.
Yeah, wide audience of, like, our friends and extended family members who were like, I guess I'll give that Wacky Kids podcast a listen. But yeah,
All right,
for
Darrell.
sure.
Sure. All right, what's our handle on Twitter, Darrell?
I think it's Get Free Socks or The Free Socks on Twitter. Let me check. I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, it's at The Free Socks, all caps.
All right. So everybody tweet us your sick questions. I mean, your questions can be whatever you like. They could be personal. They could be not personal. We're not picky right now. We don't have a whole lot of questions. But
if you could, please don't put anything very deep on here like, oh, my parents are always fighting. How do I deal with that? Because I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how. I don't have a fun answer. I don't have a fun answer for that one. That's a hard one.
Yeah,
don't get too
that's a good
personal.
point,
Don't
Darrell.
overshare.
All right,
Like,
fair enough.
Like, social boundaries, obviously. Like, you wouldn't go up to a stranger like, how do I keep my parents from getting divorced? Or, I don't think my girlfriend really loves me. Like, I don't know what to do about that. But I'll give you a really funny answer, and hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better.
Hopefully so, Darrell. Hopefully so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, with that, I say we head into our first segment.
We're only 3 minutes into the podcast. Jesus Christ, how long are we going to talk about movie?
Darrell,
we're
it's a short intro. Don't worry, Darrell.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot about Song of the Week. Yeah, every week or every episode we're going to just be dropping a banger track. We're going to do that in the music segment.
Yes, sir.
Can't give you a preview of it yet. I was thinking about it, but no. I almost leaked
Stay
it,
tuned, everybody. Stay tuned.
For sure, stay tuned. Definitely. Okay, so movie segment. I just saw a movie tonight. I saw Unfriended 2, the Dark Net. That one is chilling. Aaron, you ever have like a thing where you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of that, and then you go see a movie about it for 2 hours and you're like, oh my god, I have a new fear.
Only all the time, Darrell. Like the dark web. Now tell us about it, Darrell. Tell us how's that chilling to you, Darrell?
First, I'm going to tell you about my own personal experience with the dark web, which is it's surprisingly very easy to access by accident.
No, Darrell, no.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I accidentally just sort of strolled onto the Silk Road one time, and it was the scariest thing.
Oh,
it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How did that happen?
I just sort of Googled, like, how does one access the dark web? And then there's a website that has a full list of all of the sites on there.
Oh,
and it had, like, a whole archive
gosh.
with links to them. And I clicked Silk Road, and I was just on
Darrell.
the Silk Road.
Darrell, why would you do that?
It was in high school, and, like, I just found out about it, and I was like, this is so crazy, so creepy. And one day, me and Reese and Steger were gonna, like, actually surf it. And then I went on it, and I got so scared, and I was like, I'm never touching that again. So basically, I'm not gonna do spoilers of the movie Unfriended, but here's a breakdown. A guy finds steals a laptop so he can work on this program for his girlfriend who's deaf. It's like a program that, like, translates sign language and his words and, like, transcribes them so she can read what he's saying in sign language and he can understand what she's signing.
All right, Darrell. All right, sounds like a sick movie. You guys should all check it out. Unfriended in theaters now.
I didn't talk about
not
more.
Sponsored.
Like, the
Are
guy,
you talking about it more?
just like a little bit. Like, after he finds the laptop, the dude who actually owns it is like, no, that's like, he finds a bunch of weird, creepy live leak like videos on there, and like some guy hacks it, and then he starts picking off all his friends dark web style. It's pretty wild.
That is wild, Darrell. That sounds like a wild film.
It's because most of that stuff can happen. It probably won't happen, but all of it can happen.
I mean, that's the scariest thing about a horror film, isn't it? When it could actually physically happen. Not like a
like that
clown
could
hiding in your drain.
You know, like, someone could legitimately hack your webcam and, like, figure out where you live and then, like, murder you. It's
That's
surprisingly
a very good
cheap
point,
to
yeah.
hire a murderer on the dark net, by the way. It's like, you'd think, like, $1,500, you know, the price of, like, a used 1999 Toyota Corolla wouldn't be also someone's life, because it costs someone's life in a Toyota Corolla from 1999 shouldn't cost the same amount of money, but they do. And it's
Good God, that's
horrifying.
a great point, Darrell. That's an awesome point.
It's horrific.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, just don't go to the dark net, because I'm still afraid someone's gonna hack my Wi-Fi and murder me all the time.
Yeah, I'm afraid as well, and I've never even been on there.
Okay, what about the movies you've seen? Because you've been to, like, all the summer blockbusters, Aaron, and I haven't seen a single one.
I've
Give me a
seen them
rundown.
all. I've seen them all. They're all great. They're all everything you'd ask for.
Okay, just give me a breakdown as if all the movies were fused. So if, like, Jurassic World and Incredibles and Solo: A Star Wars Story, even if you haven't seen it, just tell me if they all met in the same movie, how would that go down?
All right, Darrell. How would that all go down? All those three specific films fused into one film. All right. So you'd start out on an alien planet. Some young guy that he wants to be Harrison Ford. Okay, he really wants to be Harrison Ford. Darrell. You can't believe how much he wants to be Harrison Ford. And he's he's doing Harrison Fordy stuff. You know, it's like you're at San Diego Comic-Con. Someone's really young, dressed like Harrison Ford. He's trying his best. He's doing his best. He's like stealing stuff. He's being Han Solo for as much as, as well as he can be. Then out of nowhere, the Underminer comes out of the ground, and then all 4 or 5 of the Incredibles family, they're all fighting him. They're all trying to defeat him because he's the Underminer. He's a bad guy. He's got to be stopped. But then you won't believe it. From the same hole in the ground, a dinosaur comes out and tries to destroy the whole city. That's all those movies together. That's exactly what happens, and it's as fun as it sounds.
That sounds like a really good feature film. I'm so glad. I didn't know that Spielberg and Ron Howard were going to meld together like that, but it came together. It sounds amazing.
It works. It works really well.
Actually, I did see that film just now. I just watched it on YouTube. I was streaming it in like 8 times speed, but yeah, it's like really, really good. I don't really like the tentacle scene, the movie you just told me about.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like the tentacle scene in it, but other than that, I thought it was I thought it was too risque, but it was a pretty bold choice by the directors of Ron Howard and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it's a great film, guys. You should see it. The Incredibles, Fallen Kingdom, Solo: A Star Wars Story 2, in theaters right now. Check it out.
Yes.
Not sponsored.
And if you use our promo code, This Isn't Real, at Fandango.com, you will get a whopping $0.00 off any movie purchase. That is promo code This Isn't Real in all caps at fandango.com, and you will get a whopping 0 cents off any purchase.
All right, now that awful joke is out of the way, we can talk about something else that we really wanted to talk about right now, Daryl.
Which is?
Witches?
We're talking about witches?
Witches. Specifically, The Witch Ghost, Scooby-Doo and The Witch Ghost. What do you think of it, Daryl? Great film, but what do you think of it?
I'm going to have to let you down here and tell you how disappointed you're about to be in me. I haven't seen Scooby-Doo and the Witch of the Ghost. I didn't know that
gosh,
existed.
Daryl.
I didn't know it was a movie. I thought you were making a joke at first, and then you didn't laugh.
Wait,
so this is a real
movie?
movie?
What it's called? Oh, yep. That's what it's called, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Great film.
Okay, I'm going to look it up and see how...
1999. Direct-to-video. Of course, all those films are, but it's a good one, Daryl. It's pretty good. The whole gang, traveled to a New England town called Oakhaven after being invited by horror writer Ben Ravencroft. Like a number of direct-to-video Scooby-Doo animated films released in the late 1990s and early 2000s.
Never mind, I've seen this movie. I didn't remember, but I've seen this movie. It's a great movie.
It's good.
It's terrific. So, which animated Scooby-Doo movie do you think is the best? What's your fave?
Should we rank them, Daryl? I think we should rank them.
Okay, you can rank them. You give me your rankings first, and then I'll give you mine.
All right. I'm gonna have to pull up a list real quick so that I have a reference, because I'm not gonna be I think I've seen almost all of these films, but off the top of my head, I'm not sure if I could remember them all.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you mine then. Number one, coming in at number one, Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island, best one. Number two, Cyber Chase. Number three, the Alien one. Number four, Number four, Monster in Mexico, and number five, Vampires.
All right,
the Vampire Island, the League of Vampires.
Okay, Legend of the Vampire. That's a pretty good one.
Don't
forget Aloha Scooby-Doo.
Aloha Scooby-Doo is pretty good, but I don't think it's better than any of the Scooby-Doos I've mentioned.
I mean, I guess, Daryl. Alright.
It's kind of a one-off. Did you also see Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, where Shaggy... It's like a spin-off where Shaggy and Scooby just are like teachers at a boarding school for young monsters, girls.
I can't say I've seen it, Daryl.
I'm going to drop a picture of it into the... I'm going to drop a pic of it into the chat. It's very old, very, very old. It's a pretty solid movie. Pretty solid film.
Alright, Daryl, let me give you my top 5 Scooby-Doo films.
For sure.
Coming at number 5, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Great film, but it's not my fave. Alright, number 4, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Another good one. Still doesn't do it for me quite as much as these other 3 films. Alright, number 3. One that you... Oh, Daryl shared me a... Alright, sorry everybody. Wait, what is this, Daryl?
Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, where they're the teachers of the school for the girls.
Oh, this looks like new Scooby-Doo. This looks like what's new Scooby-Doo.
No, that's Where Are You, Scooby-Doo. That's the very, very old one.
Oh, okay, nice, Daryl.
Yeah,
Alright, number 3 on my list of best Scooby-Doo straight-to-video films. You guessed it, Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders. Just kidding, I don't know what it's called, but the alien one that Daryl also mentioned at number 3, I think.
I think it's Alien Invaders too, and yeah, those are all really good ones. Let me pull up the thing. Alright, what's your favorite movie that's not Scooby-Doo? What's your favorite?
I didn't even say 2 and 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What? Oh, that was your 3 also?
That was my 3.
Okay.
It's fine, Daryl. Number 2 is Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and number 1 is obviously Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
That is a pretty solid number 1.
Alright, we've definitely talked about Scooby-Doo too long.
I don't want to hear those words again. We're going to be calling him Talking Brown Dog and Stoner and Jockey McJockpants. I don't want to say the name anymore. Talking
What
Dog
name?
and his gang.